Mark my words, we're in for a rough market pullback, and you ain't seen nothing yet. I worked in Beijing in 2014 with a cryptocurrency company, and that's well before Bitcoin and crypto became a household name. So this old photo is from a weekend that I spent in Thailand for a crypto conference. Really fun times. In the past, I've even sent out close to $500,000 worth of Bitcoin. That was in 2017 for a little bit of a side project. So to say the least, I've gotten some hands-on experience with crypto, and this has really helped provide some unique insight along with some of my other past experiences. I've also double majored in finance and accounting, as well as passed the CFA exams. That's arguably one of the hardest exam series in the world, and the 3 exams alone, they covered 6,000 pages of just the core study material. On top of all that, I've taken some cryptography and programming classes to get a better understanding of different technologies. Of course, there's always a lot more to learn, and technology, it moves really fast. But this, paired with my financial background, has helped to improve my understanding of cryptocurrencies and their potential going forward. I've shared with my subscribers some huge flaws of Bitcoin and other cryptos as well. Although it's been a while since I've given an update, and with the crypto crash and ongoing winter, hopefully the laser-eyed crypto fans will be a little more objective. I've gotten some pretty negative comments over the years. Although some of those people are no longer riding as high with euphoric-inducing paper gains. What's your craziest experiences with crypto or really crypto fans? Go ahead and let me know in the comments down below. I read everyone. Also, while you're down there, I'd really appreciate it if you just tap that like button because that helps out my small YouTube channel. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm a huge fan of cryptocurrency innovation, but the majority of crypto investors have little to no clue about how it really fits into the economy. For example, what are the basics of asset valuation and monetary systems? How much do you know about inflation versus deflation, loans and fractional reserve banking? How about currency impact on global competition? That's really a huge factor that many people overlook. In any complex system, there's always a large set of trade-offs. We have known knowns, known unknowns, and unknown unknowns, one of the most challenging pieces. Nonetheless, it's easy to point out some of the issues with the current monetary system, but we don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. That's an approach too many crypto fans want to take. And that's largely due to an understanding of what's currently working or how the current system is set up. For example, transaction mistakes, they happen often. This is inevitable with any system that requires human inputs. And we've seen some huge mistakes across various cryptocurrencies. Now, to reverse those mistakes, it's technically possible and almost always requires consensus. But doing so can destroy a lot of trust. In 2016, Ethereum hard forked into Ethereum and Ethereum Classic, and that was to reverse a hack of more than 3.6 million Ether. It created a lot of division in the crypto community, and of course there have been plenty of other related cases with crypto. Now, on the other hand, traditional currencies come with some inefficiencies, but they tend to have better transaction protections in place. It's also good to know the benefits that come with Know Your Customer or KYC guidelines, as well as the broader anti-money laundering or AML policies. I'm getting into the weeds a bit here, but if you're really interested in crypto, I hope you're already aware of some of these concepts and have dived deeper into those trade-offs. And on top of that, another important topic that I really haven't shared much on is decentralization. I'm a huge fan of decentralization. Too much centralized control, it can really stifle innovation and progress. But there are some huge benefits to centralized decision making. It's necessary in many cases, and it does look that many die-hard crypto fans are coming around to that truth. There's been some solid innovation, but also missteps with decentralized autonomous organizations, or DAOs. They often come with limited flexibility, and that really limits their use cases along with their growth potential. So this leads to innovators creating more abstraction layers, which can improve use cases, but those almost always come with additional trade-offs such as more potential security threats. Nonetheless, when it comes to decentralization versus centralization, it's not that one is right and the other is wrong. Like most divisive topics today, there are pros and cons to each side. We need both, and it is a tough balancing act to get right. With cryptocurrencies going forward, The highest probable outcome is that governments will continue to increase regulation. All the while, they're going to improve their traditional currency systems with some of the new underlying technologies. It's a slow-moving process, but governments around the world are already moving in that direction. That's at least the countries with their own sovereign currencies. And those are the world's leading countries. To contrast, in 2021, El Salvador became the first country in the world to use Bitcoin as legal tender. Although that country has had limited currency control since 2001. That's when the US dollar became its official currency. Overall, it'd be foolish to think a decentralized cryptocurrency that is going to gain wide adoption as a currency. Of course, it's always possible, and I rarely rule out any potential outcome, but I'm not going to be putting my money on it. And the bigger question crypto investors have is, when will prices recover? What's the potential to make money investing in crypto? Bitcoin and other big cryptos they're here to stay, although I expect more downward pressure in the short term as the economy plunges into a recession. Mark my words, we're in for a rough market pullback, and you ain't seen nothing yet. Excessive stimulus propped up assets across the board, but now the Fed, it's taking the punch bowl away from the party. That's necessary to quell high inflation, and the Fed's indirect goal is to increase unemployment. Not good. Already, consumer and investor sentiment is taking a turn, and maybe I'll dedicate a video to that topic. If you are interested in that, go ahead and let me know in the comments below. But back to crypto, I think there's a good probability we're going to see crypto recovery close to the next halving, which is likely to be early 2024. Since it's a widely known trend that prices increase around the halving, people will pile back in thinking others are going to do the same. Although I think it'll happen a little sooner than past instances, since it's a more widely known trend this time around. Either way, I'm staying on the sidelines when it comes to crypto. If anything, this downturn, it's just creating better buying opportunities for some of the world's best companies. Stay tuned, as I'm going to be sharing when, where, and why I'm investing my savings. And also, here are my past videos on crypto. They dive a little deeper into some of the issues preventing Bitcoin and crypto from becoming more widely adopted. So I hope you find my research useful, and once again, I'd really appreciate it if you tap that like button down below if you haven't already, as well as subscribe. Thank you.